I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. To watch the MAGA Republicans aid and abet our enemies is frankly so disheartening to see as someone who loves our country. Each and every day they take steps that are just supportive of people who so transparently are trying to cause us harm and destroy our great nation. I'll give you this example. Check out this video of Marjorie Taylor Greene from this week, where she is calling for action to withdraw the United States from NATO as she's at a committee markup hearing. Here, play this clip.
America. Amendment number 6 directs the president to withdraw the U.S. from NATO. My amendment would direct the president withdrawal from NATO. They are not a reliable partner whose defense spending should be paid for by American citizens. For the better part of the last decade, Germany has contributed only around 1% of its GDP to finance NATO obligations, while the United States is paying around 4% of our GDP to defend NATO countries. The United States has been financing and promising to defend NATO countries for decades and paying more than its fair share. Western European countries could and should be stepping up their financial contributions to ensure the security of NATO. Instead, they are entirely beholden to Russia, and the U.S. taxpayer is expected to foot the bill. Amendment number 110 prohibits the provision of F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine. My amendment would prohibit the U.S. from sending F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine. Providing F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine will not only deplete our own fighter fleet, but it will escalate the proxy war with Russia, which is a nuclear power, rather than implementing diplomatic solutions. Again, we should not be funding war. We should be pushing for peace. Amendment number 113 prohibits the provision of long-range missiles to Ukraine. My amendment prohibits the U.S. from sending long-range missiles to Ukraine.
And this sentiment, this attack on NATO, is fundamental to the MAGA Republicans, their political platform. They attack NATO and they support Putin. They attack NATO and they support Kim Jong-un. They attack NATO and they support people who want to cause us harm. I mean, here was a speech from just a few weeks ago, or rather an interview where Donald Trump was with Hannity and he attacks NATO, and he at the end is like, well, whether we should be removed from NATO, I'm not going to get there yet. But Donald Trump would have removed the United States from NATO. Donald Trump would have and will, if given the opportunity, turn over Ukraine and much of Eastern Europe to Vladimir Putin. This is serious red alert stuff that this even exists right now, and this is what the MAGA Republican Party is here. Play this clip of Trump.
In the meantime, we're paying for most of NATO. So they took advantage of us on trade. I got them, first of all, I traded, a lot of the trade things are much different now, but it would have been really much different. COVID interrupted us, unfortunately, but it was going to be much different. We did a good job of trade. But more importantly, we got them to pay hundreds of billions of dollars. And, you know, the money that we got, that money went to, this is why they have money right now in NATO, to fight Russia. They have money. They didn't have any money. They were going bust. NATO was going to break up. Now, as to whether or not it should break up, you know, let's not talk about that. But we were spending money on NATO to protect Europe, and they were taking advantage of us on trade.
And even when I find myself agreeing with Piers Morgan, you're like, what is going on? This is an interview with Vivek Ramaswamy, who is like he's really big in MAGA Republican world. He is a Trump cultist who parrots all of the MAGA Republican talking points. And here Vivek Ramaswamy basically espouses the idea that the key thing here to do, basically just turn over huge amounts of Ukraine to Putin, and that will make everything great. That'll make President Xi happy. That'll make Putin happy. And that's the best course of action. Just watch this interview with Piers Morgan. Play the clip.
Venezuela, Nicaragua. And yes, he has to, most importantly, exit that military treaty with China.
Okay.
That will put us in a stronger position as the U.S. And there's one more point, Piers, that's really important. That's how we deter Xi Jinping from going after Taiwan.
Well, I'm not
because
so,
right
okay,
now,
but Vivek,
Xi
I would
Jinping's
say,
bad.
I get it. I'm not sure what a deterrent it is to to President Xi if you just give him Putin a vast array of land belongs to Ukraine. If you're President Xi, I see. So America just lets people go into countries and help themselves, and we're going to give President Xi half of Taiwan while you're at it.
That's the conventional wisdom, certainly, Piers, and I understand the view. However, the reality is that Xi Jinping's calculus is that the United States won't want to go to war with two allied nuclear superpowers, Russia and China, at the same time. Mm-hmm. But if Russia is no longer in China's camp, Xi Jinping no longer has a strong enough hand to go after Taiwan.
Okay.
So yes, that is how we deter Xi Jinping from going after Taiwan while avoiding war with China, which is what I'll deliver.
Let me put this to you very quickly.
Jewelry is having a big moment right now, and with hundreds of products popping up in your feed every day, it can be hard to find a brand you trust. Alex and Ani has been creating meaningful jewelry for over 20 years, designing pieces that connect you with all of life's important moments. With an emphasis on value, there's truly something for everyone. You might be most familiar with their signature charm bangle. This bracelet literally created the category of meaningful jewelry and had you stacking charms from your wrist to your elbow. This piece is an icon for a reason. Completely size inclusive, each bracelet is adorned with a symbol designed to tell your story and express your unique style. Beyond the bangle, you'll find stylish, affordable jewelry for every occasion, from classic pieces to bold statement looks. Don't know where to start? Alex and Ani makes it easy to unpack the trends you're after and sprinkle in your personality too. Each piece comes with a personalized message and meaning, truly making it the perfect gift. You can take comfort in knowing that you're shopping with a socially conscious brand as well. To date, Alex and Ani has donated over $60 million to nonprofits worldwide, connecting fashion and philanthropy in an easy, fun, affordable way. Visit alexandani.com right now to discover the confidence that comes with a perfectly accessorized piece of jewelry. Right now, Alex and Ani is offering our audience 20% off with code Meidas at checkout. Again, head to alexandani.com, that's alexandani.com, and use code Meidas at checkout for 20% off your order.
And let's just compare that with President Biden speaking at the NATO Summit about Finland and Sweden joining, and about Ukraine joining in the future. Keeping NATO strong is actually very, very, very critical. And all these MAGA Republicans are simply tools of Vladimir Putin, as is Trump. Here, play this clip.
Commitments. So once again, Mr. President, it's great to have you here at the NATO Summit.
It's good to be here, and thank you. Continue to deliver. As I've made no mistake, press is not at all surprised. I've been touting the fact that I think it's really important at this critical moment in Ukraine, in the whole NATO issue, that you continue to lead NATO. You're trusted. No one knows the situation that we're facing better than you do. And this historic moment, the adding of Finland and Sweden to NATO is consequential, and your leadership really matters. And we agree on the language that we proposed, that you proposed, relative to the future of Ukraine being able to join NATO, and we're looking for a continued united NATO. They've heard me say, my American president heard me say many times, I still think that President Putin thinks the way he succeeds is to break NATO. Not going to do that, especially with you as the leader. So thank you for willing to do it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
You know, and don't even get me started on the fake whistleblowers the MAGA Republicans trot out there, right? Was it 2 weeks ago they had the pro-Putin oligarch, the Russian oligarch? They said they need to give whistleblower protection to the Russian oligarch. By the way, even the Russian oligarch was like, I have no clue what you're talking about, Republicans. Even the Russian oligarch was like, I've never had any communications with President Biden. What in the world are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. So they moved on. Then there's this missing Hunter Biden whistleblower that they talked about. And here, this is James Comer saying that this individual, very, very credible, and MSNBC should be very embarrassed. Play this clip.
No, he's very credible, and the people on MSNBC who made fun of me when I said we had an informant that was missing, they should feel like fools right now.
They are fools.
And this is their worst nightmare because, again, this is a credible witness that the FBI flew all the way to Brussels to interview and sent several agents to interview.
And here's MAGA Republican Senator Ron Johnson from Wisconsin saying, we need to give this individual Gal Luft, we need to give him immunity. Play this clip.
They arrested him in Cyprus to silence him. They could have gone to Israel. He resides in Israel. We have extradition treaties, but they instead arrest him in Cyprus. Now, he's literally fleeing for his life right now. He's on the run. He's an important witness. He needs to be granted immunity to be able to testify and tell his story.
Well, who is Gal Luft? Gal Luft was just indicted by the Department of Justice for being a Chinese spy. As U.S. Attorney Damian Williams from the Southern District of New York said, quote, as alleged, Gal Luft, a dual U.S.-Israeli citizen and co-head of a Maryland think tank, engaged in multiple serious criminal schemes. He subverted foreign agent registration laws in the United States to seek to promote policies by the Chinese government by acting through a former high-ranking U.S. government official. He acted as a broker in deals for dangerous weapons and Iranian oil unlawfully, and he told multiple lies about his crimes to law enforcement. Also, he sold arms to Libya. This is the individual who MAGA Republicans are saying, oh, this is our credible missing whistleblower. What are you talking about? It's someone who's trying to destroy the United States of America. And by the way, with all of the projection from MAGA Republicans when they go, oh, President Biden was trying to influence China, it's all projection because Gal Luft, your missing whistleblower, now indicted Gal Luft, what he was doing was trying to influence the Trump administration, and he was working with China as an unregistered foreign agent to work with the Trump administration to gain benefits for China. That is who your missing whistleblower is. Every single thing with these MAGA Republicans is a lie, and they're siding with enemies against the United States of America. It's just in front of our faces. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 1.5 million subscribers thanks to your support. Check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Wherever you get audio podcasts, subscribe to the MeidasTouch podcast. Hit subscribe. Have a great day.
Hey, Meidas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.